Okay, so we are back with another episode of the Resident Evil Outbreak playthrough. Next, we are going to do Below Freezing Point. So this one takes us to the Umbrella Lab from Resident Evil 2. So yeah, this is really one of my favorite ones, to be honest. Below Freezing Point is very cool. Okay, so you know, I want to play a different character for each scenario. Again, just to give everybody, you know, some time to shine. Except George and Jim. Fuck them. But I'm trying to think. So who should I use? I'm thinking maybe Alyssa. Since she is my favorite character. She is my favorite character. I could use her for the last one though, too. Who? Hold on, let me just decide real quick. We got Kevin out the way. I'm gonna use Mark for scenario 4 for sure, cause that just gotta have a big tough guy for that. Maybe David wouldn't be a bad pick. David wouldn't be a bad pick here, but I'm gonna go for Alyssa. I'm gonna go for my favorite character. All right, let's go ahead and do it. I'm gonna use her regular outfit. I'll show off her sexy red dress outfit later. Maybe when I do my hard mode playthrough. So this game does have files, but I won't be reading them.
There's no turning back now.
The problem with with reading files in this game is that you can't read files in the pause menu. Now you can pause because it's single play. But when you pause, it takes you to like the options menu. So I can't read the files and pause. You know, like normally you just pause and read and be safe while you're reading it. So essentially, I can't read the files and be safe. And enemies in this game, like they can go in and out of rooms. By the way.
You find something?
So I could be in there like reading a file. And then a zombie just walks in and bites. right? So that's part of it. You can't pause while reading files.
What's wrong with this thing? Stupid piece of junk. Oh, it's losing electric pressure. Screw it.
I don't know exactly who this girl is, but she's a part of this. She's a researcher in this lab, and she's trying to escape, basically. Oh yeah, and normally you only have 2 AI partners, but on this stage, Yoko will always show up because I forgot how she's affiliated with Umbrella, but I think she's like I'm not sure, like she's a researcher, or maybe like she was trying to become a researcher for Umbrella, like she was studying or something like that. But she's like, from what I understand, she's like loosely affiliated with Umbrella, basically.
Did you find something?
And so, no matter what, she's always going to be at this stage with you.
Monica? I didn't expect you to.
But she's scripted to die here.
After your little incident, I assumed that you went and hid under a rock.
So you're going to find her as a zombie later. Now, I don't know if like the canon
What is that capsule?
is that she dies
Are you
here.
after this too?
Because it's kind of strange. She's the only character that's like scripted to die no matter
I
what.
don't understand what you're talking about. Don't play the innocent little girl with me. You can't fool me. You could never fool me.
It's like they literally brought her
Maybe
to
we
the
can work
stage.
something out. Give me your ID card.
See, look, she has an ID card for certain panels.
Yoko, You little
in the
lifesaver.
lab. So
I'm so glad we had this chance.
she's associated with Umbrella somehow, but it's like she doesn't remember or something. I don't know. Like I gotta look more into the lore of Outbreak.
Have a nice life. What's left of it.
But I like using Yoko because 8 inventory slots basically. You know, when you use Yoko, you don't have to worry about managing your inventory space as much, and that's very convenient. You know, it's much the same as like using Jill in the first Resident Evil and not having to worry about having 6 inventory spaces like Chris. Chris has to do a lot more backtracking and be a lot more careful about what he takes with him and grabs along the way because of his limited inventory space. And Yoko has double the inventory space of the average character in this game, or rather every character in this game, outside of their personal item. Like, okay, Alyssa has a lockpick tool as her personal item, but no, that's that. I can't drop it. I can't put anything else there. Okay, let me explain Alyssa a little bit. So Alyssa's like this as far as like the 3 female characters, she's like the strongest. Like she's the only like female character that's like designed towards offense because she has 2,000 HP, which is you know that's above average basically. Like that's good right there. Compared to Yoko, who has like 1,200, Cindy 1,400. Like she had like Alyssa's vitality is in the same range as the males in the game. And she even has more HP than Jim, so she has good vitality. And she has this ability right here. She can see that little aim adjust. When you do that, you do more damage. So again, offense. And oh, this is it right here. Right? She can dodge. So when zombies get too close, press circle. That dodge is very useful. It's good. It's a good dodge. Like you would be surprised, especially on hard. See, now normal you don't have to utilize these things as much, but on hard you better know. You better be pulling that shit out. So that's good. Like it don't look like much, but trust that is good, right? That is very useful. And she also has the lockpick tool, so she can pick locks basically. The thing about the lockpick tool, though, is that it's not as easy to use as you think. So her lockpick tool has 4 different shapes, right? The WPSI, and so the trick to it is that you got to figure out. Oh yeah, giant plant. By the way, we got to make B joke. It's not nearly as hard to make it in this game as the other, but I digress. So the trick to using her lockpick is that every lock that can be picked has a different shaped hole. So certain picks work better than others. And so the trick to it is finding the right pick that will open it as quickly as possible. And that's kind of what makes it like kind of challenging to really utilize it in the best possible way. Watch me dodge here. Oh shit. I still fucked up. Okay. I was trying to be too fancy with it. Oh shit, he got up quick too. Okay. Invincibility iframes. Oh shit, I fucked up. But he still somehow missed. normally when you go in there, like that zombie attacks you really quick. So I thought I would just dodge it and then dab on his ass, but it took a while. So I was like, oh shit, let me keep dodging, and he caught me like right at the end of the iframes. But yeah, oh god, oh, I hate Jim so much. I hate Jim. Like part of his personality is that he won't shut the fuck up. So he's always talking.
Listen to me! Listen to me!
I'm gonna shut up. Just listen.
Hey! Shoot! Shoot! You have to help me. Come on!
I will get him to hold this item though. He'll be my pack mule. Handgun rounds, that's great. Okay.
Oh, shit! Come on! Fine!
That should be it. Nope. So I shoot him down, take the pipe out, boom.
Excuse me!
So you notice his body didn't disappear after I killed him. So this is what I mean when I say like the kind of, I would say again randomness, but the way enemies can or cannot or won't respawn. Like right here, here's an example, right? So
Hey!
I depleted all his HP because he's not, I can't hit him anymore.
What's wrong?
But he's basically programmed to be able to get up again, even though I've already taken him out. So that's kind of an example of what I'm talking about. The other one disappeared, but he didn't disappear, so that means he's gonna come back later.
Listen to me! Excuse me!
Okay.
Hi!
Which way did I come in at? Right here. Okay. This one hasn't even gotten up yet. I
Picked
don't
up
think.
some information. Let's just try to stay calm.
But another interesting thing about this game, as far as like character abilities, right, is that some characters' abilities are more useful depending on like the stage you're on. So it's like,
No!
for example, with Alyssa, obviously her special ability is the lockpick. But certain stages don't really have a lot of things that you can even use it on. So depending on the stage, her lockpick ability might be more useful or not as useful.
Man, I cleaned up.
Oh shit.
Help me!
He knocked her closer to me, man. So yeah, that's Yoko. She's dead. Again, I don't know why, but she's the only character that's actually scripted to die every time. Of course, any character can die in any scenario, including you. But she's literally scripted to die here every time. So I don't know if that's like canon or part of the story, but it's kind of unusual. I always found that to be kind of unusual. I'm gonna give Jim this gun right here. Oh fuck! I didn't mean to put ammo in it. Yeah, I'm fucked up like that.
I want that.
Well, at least give me
Let's just try to stay calm.
these
Here.
chemicals here. There you go. Now you got a gun, Jim. Oh yeah, and another thing too.
Listen to me!
I've already done I've already done all the
Damn you.
puzzles and shit, and I'm not about to do it again. So I have all the codes written down. When I played this game like months ago or something, like that's like while I was playing it, I made sure to write down all the codes and
Kiss my
solutions,
ass, bitch.
so I wouldn't have to worry about it again.
Shoot, shoot. Hey.
He is so annoying, man. Like, but again, it's like that's, you know, I hate him,
I want that.
but at the same time, I gotta appreciate Capcom's creativity. You know, as far as like making his AI act within the confounds of his personality. Like I still gotta appreciate it for what it is. Like that's, you know, that's some good creativity on their part. But damn, man, I dread, like, out of all the characters, I hate, as far as like having them as an AI partner, I hate Jim and Yoko the most. Jim because he won't shut up, he's annoying, and he has bad habits like using healing items too soon.
Listen to me.
And Yoko because she doesn't have a lot of HP. So if you give her healing items, she'll tend to go through them really quick because it doesn't take long, especially on hard. Terrible. It doesn't take long before she's in like orange caution or danger. Oh shit, that was close. Yeah, you gotta be careful. Sometimes when you come into a room, the zombies already be up and waiting, but you do have like a small window of iframes. That's the good thing about it. You have a small window of iframes to.
Hey.
Oh fuck. God damn it! You saw me waste that damn chemical. Let's go, man. Jim busting right now though. Fuck it, I'm gonna let him bust. Let's go though. Let's get out of here. Let's not waste time. Let's not waste time. But yeah, like I was talking about earlier, you know, everybody has like a different ability or whatnot, and but depending on the stage, it could be sometimes like certain stages, Alyssa's lockpick ability is more useful. Like just for example, when you play Outbreak, the first scenario on hard, you have to wait until the zombies bust in to get the staff room key, because that waiter who got bit in the first scene, he's the one who has it on him. So you gotta wait until he dies to get by getting attacked by the zombies busting in to actually get. Oh yeah, by the way, you give this guy a first aid spray. He gives you a shotgun. Pretty dope. And so we made V joke, so we're gonna use it here. But yeah, when you play the first scenario on hard, the key isn't just laying on the table. So on easy and normal, you can just grab the key and go straight upstairs. On hard, you either have to bust the door down, which requires like teamwork, right? Everybody hitting the door at the same time, which you can't orchestrate on single play, or you gotta like shoot it open, which is basically like, again, I wouldn't say wasting ammo, but you don't want to use ammo on a goddamn door on hard when resources are limited, right? But with Alyssa, because she has the lockpick, she can open the door pretty quickly even without the staff room key. So again, that's a situation where, you know, her particular ability just comes in great use. On hard mode, she can open those doors that need keys without having to go get the key.
I want that.
Come on!
Come on, Jim. Come on, buddy. Let me get that.
Do something.
Okay.
Anything.
Take this handgun. Let me get this wrench.
What's wrong? Hey!
Here!
You!
But yeah, that's the and another thing too. Like David, for example. So one of his special abilities is that he can make unique weapons by combining different items. So he can make a stun rod by combining a battery and a iron pipe. Oh yeah, he's hurt. Let me give him that. Jim, let me get your extra handgun so I can give it to
Here!
George.
Jim! George!
What?
So I called George, so he should be the one coming to get this empty handgun, but he has handgun bullets. See, that's teamwork right there. See, on normal, you can work with your AI partners, but it's so much worse on hard. Like, I'm telling you, guys will not appreciate what I mean until
Let's just try to stay calm.
I crank the difficulty up, which I will do. I do plan on doing a hard mode playthrough eventually.
There's no time left.
So I'm gonna put these codes in real quick.
Dear God.
Remember, I already got it written down, so I don't have to read anything.
What's wrong?
But yeah, David, he can make unique weapons out of different items. Stun rods, spears. He can make a hammer out of a concrete
What's wrong?
and a stick.
Damn it.
I think he can make a flamethrower out of a lighter and pesticide spray. But the items that are available to you to make those weapons are different for every stage. So you can't make the stun rod in scenario 1, for example,
Listen to
because
me.
there's no battery.
I don't know what to do.
There are no batteries available. So that's just a good example of how, okay, everybody has their own special ability, but how useful it is different depending on the stage. Like there's like I'm trying to think. Like one stage where Alyssa is very useful at is the one I hate, scenario 4, Hellfire, because there are a lot of locked doors.
Here's something peculiar.
Man, I cleaned up.
For whatever reason, I don't get it, but for whatever reason, like a lot of the bathroom doors are locked in that stage.
Hey! Oh, shit.
We lit him the fuck up. Like for real. George must have already took that handgun ammo that's usually right there. Oh shit.
Let's try to stay calm.
Aim.
No.
Got him. Okay. And he disappeared. That's cool. Boom boom. Boom boom. Boom boom. I don't think there's any zombies in here on normal. Oh god, this area is a bitch on hard. So that wrench was frozen and you have to melt it or melt the ice off in the warm water, by the way.
Hey, you.
That's what I was doing.
Dear God.
All right, so here's an example, right? So this is a locked locker. So I have it written down like which pick is best for each lock, by the way. Let me see if I can. Let me see, but I think I do. So this one should be. So look, I picked the right one. Look how fast I can open it.
Hey! Listen to me!
Never mind. Never mind. I miscalculated. That wasn't too bad though.
Hey there!
That wasn't terrible, but basically I think the way it works, each pick can work on each lock, but there's one that fits best that allows you to open it very quickly. And you know, in this particular game, time is of the essence, right?
Try to stay
Because you
calm.
got to think about it. you might be trying to open that locker, but zombies are in the room, or trying to bust in and shit like that.
Listen to me!
So it's important to try to figure out, you know, which pick is best for each lock. I'm gonna leave that knife. I was thinking about taking it, but ain't like I'm playing on hard. I'd rather have those chemicals just busted over somebody's head. But yeah, I believe every pick works for every lock, unless it's like something like I think the only exception is like I think there probably are some exceptions. Maybe if it's like a door that needs like a key item or something like that. But otherwise, I think every pick works for every lock. It's just that every pick takes a different amount of time to open it. So the idea is to find a pick that takes the shortest amount of time to open each lock, and then remember it or write it down. And I've been writing them down, but obviously I miscalculated with that one. I think that might have been like the second best or third best one. I'm not sure. But typically when you find the right one, it doesn't even take that long. Okay. So I don't need that wrench anymore. Alright, you guys protect me while I open this damn thing.
Hello there.
What's wrong? Hey! Fine.
Jim.
I like the concept of Alyssa though. The idea that she's this you know, she's this fiery reporter who's always trying to get the best scoop and is willing to put herself in danger to get it, you know? I think that's a good background for her character and a good occupation to kind of justify why she's more capable, at least as far as like being able to hang with the boys offensively, right? The fact that her being a reporter, her being a reporter is kind of, you know, toughen her up. But you can tell that they wanted at least one like tough, like strong female character, and that's why they have Alyssa. You know, Yoko and Cindy are more like the Rebecca types. Well, at least the Resident Evil 1 Rebecca, not the 0 Rebecca. But Alyssa is more similar to Jill.
I'm not sure what to do. Dear God.
As far as like, you know, being presented as being like just as capable as the boys.
Fine. Let's just try to stay calm. Hey!
Hey there.
I keep forgetting that I can talk too.
Hey there.
Hold your.
What's wrong?
Uh-huh.
Can't waste bullets.
So the game has a ad-lib button where you can just like talk. And I think it's kind of cool because the characters would just talk, like sometimes it's just like random statements, but a lot of times they'll actually say something about what's going on around them in the environment. So I think that's a nice touch.
Come on. It won't move. Why? Oh, give me a break. I don't believe this. Something else I have to fix to get out of here.
I always felt bad for Monica. She's a bitch, but God, man, she just wanted to get the hell up out of that damn lab. And she has such a terrible fate. What the fuck was that? Oh, I get it. I get it.
I just had a thought.
I just had a thought.
All right, going up. So I'm gonna have to go in here later, but we need to get the lab key first.
Dear God.
Otherwise, we're just wasting time. So there's a giant moth up here, and you can kill him or if you want to, but you don't have to. But if you don't, there's a random chance that he will capture one of you, either you or one of the other two partners, and he will put you into a cocoon in the lower level. In which case, essentially what it does is it poisons you, which, you know, isn't too difficult to deal with, but it's mainly a time waster. That's the main problem with it. It's a time waster because it takes quite a bit of, not a lot, but it does take a nice chunk of time to get back up here from where he puts you, basically. So you kind of, again, it just depends on how you want to deal with it because it's random. I'm going to go ahead and kill him, though, because I don't want to deal with that shit. I don't want to, like, get captured at the last minute and I got to run all the way back up here. So I'd rather just kill him now. Especially on normal when you have the resources to do so. Maybe if I was playing on hard, I'd avoid it and just deal with getting captured and cocooned. And just taking the time to make it back.
Come on. Fine.
But on normal, you know, it's not really that big of a deal to kill them because your resources are much more plentiful. Just try not to get poisoned. Oh, that's good. Oh, look at that. Oh, I gotta get that. I gotta get that. Had to get that. I like how their head tracks the enemies, though. Nice touch. Kind of helps a little bit with the fixed camera angles. You know how, oh god. I think this game is one of the worst as far as like the fixed camera angles screwing you over.
You're worse than my ex-wife.
You're worse than my ex-wife. I hope he's hitting that damn thing.
Hey! Listen to me!
Hey there. I just had a thought.
There you go. Whoa, it was close. That was close.
Listen to me! Hey! What's wrong?
Okay, I think he's gone. Now, I'm not sure if you kill him
Dear
or he
God.
just goes away and never comes back. Cause I just noticed that it don't, like, you don't see any death throws. Like, he just kind of flies off and you don't see him anymore. But whatever the case may be, you don't have to deal with him once you hurt him enough. So that's the whole point, though. You just kind of want to get him out of the way. I'm trying to think how I want to do this.
I want that.
I'm going to give Jim the handgun bullets. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so now I'm trying to remember which way to go. Okay, we got to get the lab key, or the key card, I mean. This stage is really fun when you don't know what to do. I mean, it's still fun, but when you don't know what to do, it's like it's crazy. it's crazy. Like you'll be all over the place. Okay. Let's see here. Bam. See, adjust. Powered up shot. One more. Okay. Whoa. I should have used the dodge there. I should have used the dodge there, but I kind of forgot. Go ahead and get them out the way though. But see, this is an example of, you know, you kill the enemies and they don't come back, right? So you kill these two zombies, now this place is clear. At least until the timer starts. When the timer starts, then it's like this little sequence. Oh, you can combine them like that? I didn't even know that. Wow, that's cool. But, you know, when you get everything going, there's a sequence that starts where you're supposed to like avoid or defend this area from like I think an endless wave of like zombies coming through this door. But you know, that's only once you actually start everything up. Right now, I don't think you will ever see another zombie in here, right? So that's an example of what I'm talking about when I say that you can't really, or rather, as far as like how respawning enemies work in this game, it really depends on the area. It depends on the area. It depends on the scenario. It depends on if there's like a sequence where you're supposed to be fighting an endless wave of enemies. So it depends. But I think, like I said before, this is one of the few survival horror games where I don't think it's a detriment to the quality of the game. The way they utilize it actually makes sense, which I think is rare. I rarely say that, but this is one of the few instances where it does make sense.
Let's just try to stay calm. Listen to me.
And I think another thing about it too is that, you know, you might have a concept or an idea of how you want a particular area to be, right? As far as like the number of enemies that the player has to deal with. But, you know, you don't want to like, okay, you don't want to put 5 zombies in the same room. So you put 2 in there and then make it so that it'll respawn 2 more zombies, but one time, right? Something like that. Like that's understandable. Because you're trying to create the feel that there's a lot of zombies in these particular facilities or buildings or areas, but at the same time you don't want to just flood every room with zombies, right? It'll be too difficult for the players to deal with, and it's sloppy looking. But if you put, you know, 2 zombies in the room, and then the players kill them, come back later, there's 1 zombie that spawned in. Again, that helps feed the illusion that, you know, these areas are like heavily occupied with zombies, or at least sufficiently occupied to the point of like it being like very dangerous for the survivors. There we go. That's how we do it, baby. I think this is another area too where it's like once you clear it out, it's cleared out and you're good to go. So one thing about this game too, and we haven't talked about it, but there are no item boxes in this game. As far as like resource management, it's all about putting stuff in your inventory, swapping between other players, or just like knowing where you left stuff. So I know right here there's like some handgun bullets, right? Now I could say, well, okay, I'm gonna come back here and get the shotgun, right? So that's kind of how it works. So it's kind of like it's kind of similar to Resident Evil 0, except in 0 you could drop items pretty much anywhere. I think you could drop items anywhere, and it was very sloppy. I really do not like that concept. But in this game, it's not bad because you can't drop items anywhere. So it's more about like specific spots where items are left, where you can find them. You can use that to pick up an item, but then leave something to get for later, right? So if you want that shotgun later, okay, well, I'll just pick this up and then leave. Like, I'll remember where I left the shotgun, you know, stuff like that. But for this particular game, not having an item box, it makes sense. Obviously, again, it is meant to be played online, other people, and you know, you're not supposed to be spending all day in one scenario or whatever. Like, roughly speaking, you're supposed to be in these scenarios for about 20 minutes, 40 minutes, something like that, depending on the difficulty and the skill level of the players. This is one Resident Evil game where you have to aim check like crazy, because this camera screws you over a lot. Okay. But looking back, I can't believe that whoever was in charge of Resident Evil Zero's design, I can't believe they gave the green light for the lack of an inventory box. I think that was a terrible idea. It was terrible. And leaving, like, having to leave your items scattered all over the floor was just, it was sloppy. It was ugly. It was just not good game design. They should have just stuck with the box. You know? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But you kind of got to be careful when you say stuff like that, because I think, like, when I look at the risk that Capcom took with Resident Evil 4, and then to turn around and you know, make Resident Evil 2 remake and bring the horror back to it, I always got to give them a lot of credit. You know, I try to be too critical of Capcom. Capcom is definitely one of my favorite game developers, man. But Resident Evil 0, and I like Resident Evil 0. Remember what I said, just don't play that game on hard. It's a good Resident Evil game as long as you don't play it on hard. Okay, now we got the card registered, we can actually use it. Just don't play that game on hard. That's the main thing. Alright, so you notice how my handgun wasn't filled with ammo. So I picked up the handgun, dropped the shotgun rounds for a little bit, picked it back up, leave the handgun rounds, right? You know, that's the type of stuff you have to do when you have like such limited inventory space. Oh yeah, this is the room where the moth will take you to. So you'll get you'll wake up down here, but wrapped up in a cocoon. You can break yourself out, or somebody can help you out, and you'll be poisoned. But there's a blue herb right there, so it's cool. But look at how long it takes to get back up, right? 'Cause it'll happen right as you walk into like that upper area where you killed the moth at. So look at how long it takes to get back. You gotta go through here, crawl back under here, and imagine if you avoided those two zombies instead of killing them. Now you gotta deal with them again. Okay, what did I leave right here? Oh, just handgun bullets, right? Okay. I hate leaving all those handgun bullets, but Jim and George just aren't around. I don't think they're dead, but sometimes you walk around and your partners will be dead. But see, this is what I'm talking about though. As far as like one of the disadvantages of playing with the AI. So I had to leave like over 20 handgun bullets down there because I just don't have the space. Right? But if we were a team, I could communicate, hey man, let's go down, like back me up when I go down there to do to register the lab key. They go down there with me, they can hold the extra ammo. Now I gotta leave it down there. I'm not about to go back down and take it up and leave, too time consuming. Those are hunters, by the way, that are frozen. The whole thing with this level is that you gotta raise the temperature because everything is frozen here. So you gotta raise the temperature to get the train car to start. So right here you would get not kidnapped, but captured by the moth if you didn't kill him. Well, randomly, I should say. It's not guaranteed. There's like a random chance that he'll capture you once you come back up from registering the lab key card. It's completely random, I believe. Anyway, as far as I know, it's random. It may or may not happen, but I just wanted to go ahead and ensure that it wouldn't happen. I talked about before how the scenarios are a lot different depending on the difficulty you play on. Now, obviously, those hunters are going to thaw out once I start turning the heat on. But on hard, they'll thaw out even before. Like, some of them would thaw out even before you turn the heat on. So, stuff like that. Just, man, it really keeps you on your toes. I'm going to have to come back here, too. Okay. And he's up. You saw me completely mistime that dodge. I get it right. Oh God. I did get hit earlier too though, so that's probably why. That's just yellow caution. I'm gonna go ahead and heal though. I'm not even worried about dying, to be honest. Alright. But I'm gonna come back and get those yellow chemicals though for sure. But we have a boss coming up at the end of the level. One of the things about the boss is that he has a weakness to the yellow chemicals that you can throw at the zombies down here. Those yellow chemical jars. That's one of his big weaknesses. So it's like you got to kind of choose. Like, do you use the yellow chemicals on the zombies, or do you use it on the boss? And on normal, it's not really a big deal, right? Because you have plenty of resources. But on hard, that's when it's a significant decision that you have to make for real. It's like, do I, and you only find like 6 jars of it. So you can afford to use like maybe 2 or 3 on the zombies, but you want to keep some for the boss too. That's why I'm gonna go ahead and grab that 3. But you can also slam the train car into the boss too. That's how I usually finish him off though. But you gotta lure him to the right spot. And I think he gotta be weakened first to like die from it, so. Okay, that's that. So we turn the heat up. What's this? Stack of paper. Yeah, I'm sorry about the memos. I know, reading the notes is always a big part of playing survival horror games, but it's just like I can't pause and read it at the same time. If I could, I'd read every one of them, but the thing is though, most of them in this game pertain to like particular puzzles and shit. Oh yeah, the hunters in this game are like, oh god, they're terrible. I'm not even gonna lie. Like they can get you. Don't get me wrong. They, you know, but these are some of the worst hunters I've ever seen in a Resident Evil game. Really, to be honest with you, now that I think about it, this Resident Evil game don't get it twisted. It's a very challenging Resident Evil game. This game can be very challenging. But this is really one of the few games where the zombies are like the biggest threat compared to like every other type of enemy. Look at how just completely just finesse his ass right there. They just walk past him. The zombies are the biggest threat in this game. Easy, like out of all the enemies, other than like bosses, and even then, so you know, depending on the strategy, you can make. All right, he got me there. He got a nice little swipe in. It'll happen. It'll happen, but overall, the zombies are a much bigger threat than the special enemies or the mutants, right? Lickers, hunters. The zombies are a much bigger threat. Because the thing about the zombies is like they break you down. The zombies just break you down over time. You know, it's a hit there, and a bite here, and a scratch there. You know, it adds up, and then the ammo that you have to use to deal with them. You know, all these things just add up and add up and add up. That's what makes the zombies difficult. Over time, they just break you down. So right now we gotta hold it out. We gotta hold up. Look at it. Come on, man. He's tackling the goddamn hunter. Now the AI is dumb for that, but the hunters really do suck in this game too. So the hunter's gonna keep coming through this door for the duration of the 3 minutes that we have to wait for the train to get ready, the train car. Boom. Oh God, I told you, man. And the lickers aren't much different. The lickers are like just as bad. Like compare the lickers in this game to the lickers in Resident Evil 2 remake. And I know it's not a fair comparison because the 2 remake came out way down the line, way later than this game. But still, like just thinking about it, the lickers in the Resident Evil 2 remake are just, like each one is almost like a damn boss, like a damn sub boss, mini boss. Typically what I tend to do, I'll just like hold it down right here and just use up my shotgun bullets, and then the last minute I'll run around. I mean, you can like run around and avoid them, but I think then you put yourself at the risk of your AI partners getting hit more when you do that. I'd rather just go ahead and use the ammo to, you know, protect everybody else. So at this point, I'm running. Damn. Are they? Oh yeah, they can still do that jump shit. Don't get it twisted. But you want a good comparison? Look at my Resident Evil 1 playthrough with Chris, and how the hunters were there. And look at this.
Here's something peculiar.
Right? Look at this.
Dear God.
Look at that. Come on, man. Significant. Even the AI is able to like skillfully avoid them. So. Like that tells you a lot. When they're not getting hit or barely getting hit by the hunters, that says a lot. But I'm telling you, man, the zombies. This Outbreak has some of the most difficult zombies to deal with, man. As far as like the classic Resident Evils with the classic formula and blueprint. This is it. Like these zombies are top of the line, man. Like these are some elite zombies, man. Like some of the shit they do. But like I said before, this is one of the worst Resident Evils as far as like the fixed camera angle screwing you over. It's so many times where I got bit or hit just because I couldn't see in front of me. Like, this is the worst game as far as, like, that thing in particular.
Yeah.
Like, that's always been a limiting factor that's had an effect on players and could get you hit. But in this game, it's the worst. I've never seen it so bad. Like, it's to the point of, like, annoyance, really. Like, you almost wish there was a way around it. Of course, again, you have aim checking and shit, but it doesn't always work the way you want it to. But I was thinking, like, I wish there was like a way you could look in front of you. Like maybe if there was like a button you could press that, like, yeah, like just to look in first person view mode or something. Like just a stop and look in first person view. Like, I get that part of the difficulty has always been the fixed camera angles and how it limits your point of view, but I think that aesthetically, it's kind of become a staple of like old school survival horror games, right? Fixed camera angles and shit. But realistically, it's very unfair for the player to not be able to see in front of them. When the character themselves will be able to see in front of them, you know?
Help me, please.
Come on.
Now look at them fight the boss. Everything we went through together, they're probably gonna die, to be honest. I'm gonna go ahead and use this first aid spray just to be careful.
Here.
So you want to lure the monster over here so you can hit him with the train, but pardon the AI, they're not gonna let me do that because they're luring him away from where I can hit him with the train. So I'm gonna just do this. I am helping. Come on.
Somebody help! Help me, please! Help me, please!
Damn. Look at him. Look at him crawling on the fucking ground, bro. Already fucked up.
Come on, is anyone there? Help!
I'm glad you gotta aim down to hit that bitch. It's hard. It's just really hard to tell if you're even hitting this guy though. But I'm gonna just try to lure him over here. Okay. Goddamn attack got so much range. I'm just holding it down, man. Gang, gang. I didn't even have to use the train on him. We didn't have to run a train on him. That's a fun boss though, for sure. But I think it's one of those bosses where like the only thing about it is that the aspect ratio changed. The only thing about it is that
We managed to beat whatever that thing in the meat locker was. But is it over? I may have just unleashed something terrifying.
only thing about it is his little bastard children. They fuck up your aim, your auto aim. So other than that, I think it's a pretty fair, good, solid boss fight, you know. And between the chemicals and being able to hit him with the train, they give you options just in case like you got there with very little resources, which is likely, very likely on hard mode. Yeah, that was scenario 2. Next, we'll be doing scenario 3, the Hive. The Hive is another one of my favorite ones for sure. So you're gonna really enjoy this. So make sure you guys stay tuned.